If you're looking for a personal loan at Navy Fed, the first thing you want to do here is to have a clear idea what kind of a loan you want to have, because Navy Fed does have a series of loan options. And what we have seen in our experience here is that you actually stand a good chance of being approved if you know the specific type of loan that you're looking for. For example, Navy Fed has a personal expense loan, a home improvement loan, a debt consolidation loan, a savings secure loan, a certificate secure loan. The thing is, if you are just asking for, I just want to have a loan, but you have no idea what type of loan you want, you might actually reduce your chances of being approved. Let me give you an example. If you were to go with a savings secure loan or a certificate secure loan, for instance, maybe you're just trying to boost your credit score. Maybe you're not really looking for a loan, but you just want to have a strategy whereby you boost your credit score. Or maybe you just need a loan. Things are kind of tough in the house right now. You want to have extra cash to take care of business, then you just want to have a loan. Now, the good thing is that if you are looking for a personal expense loan, in other words, you're looking for an unsecured loan, then here you have a very generous offer, because Navy Fed will actually give you anywhere from $250,000 to $50,000. This is really good. Now, you have to think about what really works for you. Now, the APR is kind of good too, because you can actually you can get like 7.49% to 18% if you want to have a repayment window up to 36 months, and if you want to have a longer repayment window, let's say from 37 months to 60 months, you have to pay somewhere from 14.79 to 18%. So you can see that the APR actually is depending upon the repayment window. Of course, your FICO score, also your personal financial situation, all kinds of stuff. But I want you to really be aware that you can use a personal expense loan for auto repairs, moving and relocating, vacations, and other major expenses. So the cool thing here is that Navy Fed does not restrict you when it comes to the use of loan proceeds. So that's for the personal expense loan. You also have the home improvement loan. So if you're looking for a personal loan at Navy Fed, you can use the loan for a home improvement sort of operation, or let's say an initiative. So you can get a quick cash to finance your home improvement or repair project. This is really good. And so here the APR is the same, 7.49 to 18%. 14.79 to 18% if you are looking for a longer repayment window. You also have to think about a debt consolidation loan, which is also this is really good, because here the loan amount are similar, but Navy Fed can actually pay your current lenders, okay, and they do it very fast too. So you have so you're able to consolidate all your loans from other lenders, and you just have a single loan from Navy Fed. When we talk about Navy Fed personal loans, we have to talk about two very important secured loans. I was just talking about it very early. A lot of folks, when they think about Navy Fed, they always automatically think about unsecured personal loans. But hey, listen, you can use a strategy and say, you know what, I just want to boost my FICO score. I want to boost my Navy Fed internal score. So I'm going to use a strategy whereby I rinse and repeat. So you just have a savings secure loan and a certificate secure loan. In other words, you are using your own money. You're using your own money to boost your FICO score, but you're also trying to establish a stronger relationship with Navy Fed. So what you do here is that with a savings secure loan, for example, you are able to secure financing without dipping into your savings at a lower rate. So you have a loan that is fully secured by your Navy Fed savings account. Your savings will continue to earn dividends and become available to you as the loan is paid off. So this is really good, right? And so here you have extended terms of 61 to 180 months available for certain loan purposes, subject to loan amount minimum. So that's what we love a lot. So the thing is that if you're thinking about having a savings secure loan to kind of sort of boost your FICO score, we actually advise viewers to go for let's say a shorter repayment window. But hey, listen, if you have let's say a consequential savings account, you can go for 10 years. Nobody's forcing you to stop. See, the thing is, the limits actually go from 0 months, not 1 month, all the way to 180 months. So you are looking at what? You're looking at 15 years. 15 years. So this is kind of cool. The APR here is lower because you are actually securing the loan. So from 60 to 180 months, the APR is the share rate plus 3%. And from up to 60 months, you have the share rate plus 2%. And then that's for the savings secure loan. And you also have the certificate secure loan. Here you can actually borrow 100% of your certificate's principal balance for a variety of terms at 2% APR above the certificate rates. So here, the loan amount, remember though, the loan amount cannot exceed the certificate balance. The loan term must be equal or less to the certificate, what must be equal to or less than the certificate's term. So here the APR is kind of cool too. You have the certificate rates plus 2%. So when we talk about Navy Fed personal loan, so once you actually have a clear idea or what types of loan you're looking for, you have to have a strategy. You need to have a clear idea about the steps you need to take, the step-by-step you need to engineer to get the loan. And it's not that complicated, but you need to establish it way before you start applying for the loan. So one thing first, if you do not have a Navy Fed membership, try to have the membership now. Now, not everybody qualifies, but you have about 95% of people qualify. So I understand if you're listening to this show, you are already a member. So we're going to actually really fast forward here. So first, your Navy Fed membership. Second, you need to have a clear idea. You need to have your credit score, and the credit score. And there has been a lot of speculation as to what's the minimum that Navy Fed will approve, and blah 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 blah. Navy Fed will take care of you if you have 600 minimum. 600 minimum, and depending on the state you're in, generally they go from 595 all the way to 625. That's the minimum. So that's for your credit score. For your income, Navy Fed will accept you. They actually have a sort of flexible policy in terms of income that will go from $12,000 all the way to $16,000 to $18,000. That's what I have seen. This is what my team has seen also. So we basically we're saying that on the Northeast, for instance, they tend to accept $1,000 in gross income, and on the West Coast they will go from $1,500. So just be in that ballpark. So in terms of income, and so credit score and income, those possibilities are really flexible here. One thing I want to say here is that when we have a conversation about Navy Fed loan approval, those latest approval hacks, it's important to understand that the age plays an important role. And so 18 years of age, you got to show your ID. You got to be a U.S. citizen and a resident. And one thing I want to say here is that even though Navy Fed does not offer pre-qualification, there are some instances where they can pre-qualify you. What they used to do here is they will send you some push notifications via your app. You cannot pre-qualify on the website, but you could pre-qualify on your mobile. It's not really that frequent that they do this, but sometimes based on your info and your personal info, they might send you those pre-qual pushes. So just be on the lookout for those pushes via your mobile. Okay, I just want to insist that it's not going to happen. You're not going to have like a pre-qual link on the website. You may not receive a pre-qual letter in the mail, but you might receive a pre-qual push via your mobile app. So be on the lookout for that, and who knows, maybe you might be the lucky one, and you might actually get a loan. You might actually get a push from Navy Fed on that front, and this is really good. If you do, make sure that you follow all the instructions, because if they send you a pre-qual, that means that you are 50 to 60% or 70% approved. I mean, there is no guarantee, but there is a strong chance that they have looked at your preliminary data and they believe that you could qualify for a loan. I want to dig a little deeper into the application checklist. See, the whole thing here is that when you're looking for a Navy Fed personal loan, especially if you want to be approved right off the bat, here I'm speaking about what? Speaking about an unsecured personal loan from Navy Fed. You have to, in your mind, I want you to really clarify a few things. And it's one of those things where you got to ask yourself, how much do I want to borrow? And how long would I like to finance my loan? And what is my current employment and income situation? In some cases, Navy Fed will want you to show proof of employment. So it's not just about saying, you know what, I work at XYZ company, but hey, listen, can you prove that you are actually working there? Are you a full-time there? Are you a part-time employee? Are you a seasonal employee? Are you let's say a contractor, a subcontractor, whatever? So you might need to provide a letter that shows your employer's name and contact information. Those are important elements. And so Navy Fed will ask you for your own contact information, including your phone number and email. So if you would like your loan documents to be sent to an address other than your address of record or to a Navy Federal branch, you just want to call. You need to call Navy Fed so that because sometimes they will actually accommodate you. This is not a problem for Navy Fed. So let's say you're right now traveling around the country or you're traveling for work, so you don't have a sort of stable address. You can say, you know what, could you please just send this to so and so branch. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go get the loan documents there. So if you want to arrange that, call 1-888-842-6328. The number here is 1-888-842-6328. And so Navy Fed will also ask you for. So if you want to co-apply for the loan, not a problem. Okay, they will accept that. This is totally fine. Just make sure that you actually provide information about your co-applicants, if applicable. So date of birth, address, phone number, email, income, employer's name and phone number, social security number, and NFCU access number. So as a member, as a Navy Fed member, you do have an access number, so you need to actually include that as well. So that's really important. Just remember that the application process at Navy Fed is really fast. It's nothing complicated. So you just apply. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes. So you can apply online, you can apply over the phone, you could apply at a branch. It really depends on which part of the country you are in, and they could really accommodate all kinds of situations. So you apply, you sign your loan, and so after approval, what will happen here is that you are able to electronically sign your loan, and so you can sign on paper documents, or you can sign your loan electronically, and you just receive your money. One thing we have seen in our research is that the more planning you do beforehand, the faster things go afterwards. In other words, you get approved real fast. You don't have to wait longer, and this is really, really cool. So overall, this is a win-win for you and for Navy Fed, because if you do a lot of planning beforehand, that means for the underwriters at Navy Fed, everything will be smoother because they will have a better time when it comes to checking your income, or when it comes to checking your application, your overall application. So this is really good. One thing I want to say here is that when you're looking for a Navy Fed personal loan, you might also think about maybe not a loan is not a good thing for you right now. Maybe you might be looking for a credit card, or or for an auto loan, or for a mortgage. Who knows? Because see, the good thing is that Navy Fed is a full service institution, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people tend to forget that when you think about Navy Fed, don't just think about credit cards and loans. You got to think about a full service institution that really does a lot of things, and they actually, So if you are, let's say, if you're looking to buy a new or used car, or even to refinance your auto loan from another lender, Navy Fed can help you. So as you are applying for a personal loan, always get that in the back of your mind, that you might one day, or even right now, apply for an auto loan, which means what? You want to polish your loan application, you want to polish your personal finances, you want to polish your FICO score, so that you can actually simultaneously apply for a personal loan and an auto loan, for example. This happens. Yeah, you can apply for two loans at once. There's no, as long as you have the right sort of a financial situation, you can apply for two loans at once. That's totally possible. And you can also apply for credit cards and a personal loan simultaneously. This is the kind of a flexibility I want to really share with you. That don't just think that if you want to apply for personal credit at Navy Fed, you have to do only one credit product. No, you can apply for two different credit products, as long as you have the FICO score that goes with it. You have the FICO score that actually that combines with it perfectly. You can actually, if you have the personal financial situation too. Okay, what we have seen that works is to have a combo of credit card and personal loan, or auto loan and a credit card. Don't do like a auto loan and personal loan, or auto loan and mortgage, or auto loan. Don't do the installment loan thing like two installment loan products at once. No, you want to do a revolving line of credit. You want to do a revolving product, such as a credit card. Then you want to do a personal loan also. So that way you have a great combo. So this is kind of cool. So you can also do a mortgages, not a problem. So when we talk about today's topic, which is Navy Fed personal loan, remember that the loan that I'm talking about, you also have to think about home equity loans. Okay, you also have student loans and refinancing. So this is, again, I'm trying to expand your thinking process here. So even though you just went to Navy Fed for a personal loan, I'm trying to expand your mind to draw awareness to the fact that you have a constellation of other loans that you could qualify for. And if you don't want to qualify for it now, that's fine. Okay, no rush, no pressure, whatever. But at least you have it in the back of your head that, hey, listen, maybe one day I will try to qualify for a home equity loan or a student loan or other types of loans. I want to quickly talk to you about the pros and cons of a Navy Fed personal loan. See, the cool thing is that Navy Fed is a great institution. That you know this already, but a lot of members don't even know that Navy Fed actually is a very flexible and generous institution. Think about it. I mean, when you're thinking about APRs, you're looking at 7.49% to 18%. Whereas now, right now, regular banks are charging you 10 to 25%. Navy Fed is charging you really, really low APR. I mean, especially in this economy, 7.49%. That's a really good a really good low APR. And you have personal loans amount that go all the way to $50,000. Okay, and the fact that in terms of you don't have to pay any origination fee, we love that a lot. There is no prepayment fee. We love that a lot also. And the cool thing is that co-applicants are accepted. So if you are, don't ever think that you want to apply for a Navy Fed personal loan and go with it solo. If you think that your credit score is a little like a little shaky, or your personal finances are a little shaky, try to really combine your application with your spouse's. Talk to your wife, talk to your husband, and see if y'all can go. If both of y'all can actually apply and together, and so you can boost your chances of approval. So this is really good because some banks do not accept co-borrowing or co-signing, but Navy Fed does accept that. This is really cool. The only thing is that you have to understand it. If you want to apply for a Navy Fed personal loan, you gotta be a member. This is a credit union, okay? So you gotta be a member, and there is a chance there is a penalty of $29 for late payment. So don't ever be late if you get a Navy Fed personal loan. This is just our recommendation, because this not only affects your FICO score, but it does also affect your standing vis-a-vis Navy Fed. You also affect your Navy Fed, internal credit score. That's so important. Not internal credit score, internal score. Your Navy Fed internal score, which is quite essential if you want to be approved for other products in the future. And so Navy Fed is not always transparent with the recommendation, their eligibility requirements. But as I told you before, based on our extensive research, we know for sure that anything between $595 to $625 will get you in. And in fact, in terms of your income, minimum, we're speaking about $10,000 all the way to $15,000 to $18,000 will actually get you in. Not a problem at all. So that level of flexibility is really, really cool. Remember that when we talk about Navy Fed personal loan, sometimes you can try for a personal loan at Navy Fed and you might not qualify. I mean, you can have all the best profile in the world. Who knows? Maybe that's not your time. You tried everything. Like you have a FICO score of let's say 700, or you're making like a 45 grand, or you're making $50,000. Yet you tried everything, but they still do not qualify you. So what gives? Well, you can't really tell. But the thing is, you do have competitors. You have alternatives. And one such alternative is USAA. So USAA is kind of cool also in terms of their loan amount. So they are actually, with USAA, you have a much more generous lender. Can you imagine? They actually will approve you from $2,500 all the way to $100,000. This is really really good. And now the only thing is that for a USAA, you do have to have an affiliation with the military. I mean, same thing for Navy Fed also. But yeah, so you can see that Navy Fed is giving you is actually offering you loans that go from $250 to $50,000, where USAA actually starts you at a higher amount. So this is kind of cool for some people. In terms of the repayment window, you also have flexibility here with the USAA. They'll actually, you can choose 12, 24, 36, or 48, 60, or 84 months. And so in terms of minimum credit score for USAA, if you have about 600 to 605 minimum, you could actually qualify, not a problem at all. And you also have another lender, Avon. Now, Avon is an online lender. So this is not actually your typical credit union. So there are no requirements for membership here. You could still qualify no matter where you live in the country, no matter what kind of affiliation you have, whether you have a biological affiliation to the military, or whether you don't have that. It doesn't matter. Okay, your geography, your professional affiliation, your biological correlation. It doesn't matter. So with Avant, the amounts are smaller though. Avant will qualify you for $2,000 to $35,000. The repayment window, we are looking at 24 to 60 months. And if you have a bad credit score, anywhere between like anything that starts at 300, you could still qualify. Okay, but the flip side here is that the APR is higher. So you are looking at 9.95% to 35.99%. You can see that overall this is really a higher APR. Thank you so much for your attention. So I want to quickly recap today's conversation. So I was just trying to explain to you the latest hacks when it comes to Navy Fed personal loan. So number one, I showed you the overview. Number two, the steps you need to follow. Number three, I gave you the review, the pros and cons of Navy Fed. And number four, I spoke about some rivals. So I spoke about USAA and I spoke to Avon. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.